Hi there, this is Maneesh Vijaya from PM Pulse. And we've been conducting this PMP Dash sessions for quite a bit of time. People literally from different parts of the world are joining in. This PMP Dash is only to ensure that in 16 hours you're able to be examination ready, literally examination ready. This PMP Dash has become so popular that people from different parts of the world are joining in. I mean, just the other day, I got a person from Romania. Then another person joined in from Djibouti. Another person also joined in from Iceland. I can't pronounce his name. Just imagine how cool is that? This PMP Dash, not everybody from different parts of the world can join in because of the difference in time. So what I did is I created a PMP Dash video and loaded onto my PM video platform. And now this is available to you at your time, at your pace, and the way you want to go through it. Perfect. All right. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, and I'm also going to give you a look inside to understand the extent, the methodology, and the way we have done PMP Dash. Watch it.
In your project, that's called organizational process assets. Concentrate on the term assets. Assets means something that you can use again and again, reuse to get something, to actually invest it in something to get something out so you can reuse it again and again. That is called asset. However, we are not talking about physical assets. We are talking about process assets. So the meaning of the term process assets means templates, processes, knowledge base, right? Things like lessons learned, documentations, checklists, all those kind of things are called OPAs. Anything which is not an OPA but does affect your project is enterprise environmental factors. I think that's an easy way to think about it. Yes, no matter how tricky it is, these are the notes only directed for handling those kind of questions, and therefore it's called magic notes. All right, time for us to get started. WBS is a great stakeholder communication tool because, for example, the gentleman here thinks that, hey, why do you say that project is very complex? And the lady here, who's the project manager of a complex project, says, why don't you just check out the WBS and I've sent you over the email. He looks at it and says, oh, I didn't realize this project had so many elements. Let me know how I can help you. See, WBS can really help with expectation setting, understanding how big is the project, how many moving parts are there, and therefore WBS becomes a great not only team, it's a great stakeholder communication tool, right? It's very important that you stress on specific terms. Some important notes around FP contracts, which will directly affect the way you answer questions. Risk is with the vendor. In fact, if the question says, which is the most risky contract for the vendor, the answer is fixed price, any of the variants, fixed price contract. Buyer does not have to do monitoring. That's why it's most popular among buyers. Buyers usually prefer this contract. Point of total assumption. Now, this is very important for us to understand. It's not a very popular question, but it does show up every once in a while. Point of total assumption is when the vendor is working on a contract and they've started executing. Now, let's say the total price of the contract, let's say, is $10,000, right? $10,000. And the vendor hopes that they will be able to finish this contract and say 8,000 so that the 2,000 would become his profit. But what if he miscalculated, misunderstood, and misscoped the whole thing? And then as he starts working, he realizes that the work is not complete, but he has already spent 10,000. The entire price of the contract, he has already spent in execution and the work is pending. So from this point, this is the point of total assumption, where the money spent by the vendor on the project equals the total value of the contract. That is called the point of total assumption. Why? Because beyond this point, every day, every week that he spends on the project, the money will actually be spent entirely from his pocket, and he would never be able to compensate that from the customer. And the correct answer is B. The project is likely to exceed its budget, right? A lot of people get this wrong. In fact, a lot of people say the project is likely to come under budget because they don't do calculations. What you don't know that here you have to calculate TCPI. This is a TCPI question. You have to see that what is the budget that is left so far, how much of money that you've used, and therefore if you continue at your current speed of spending money, what is the required speed of spending money to finish the entire project, the rest of the project in the given budget. And that's called TCPI. And then you have to compare it with the constraint that, man, you cannot go above 1.05. True? So let's have a look. Let's do some calculations. Let's calculate TCPI from all the information that is provided here. And we have all the information. It is asking you whether or not a project is going to come under budget. And that's what a TCPI is for. Good thing you were given all the values. You need to calculate it. So the actual percentage complete is 57%. Remember, what is EV? EV, which is earned value, is planned cost for actual work done. Actual work done is 57%. Total planned cost is BAC, and therefore your EV becomes 57% of 1,500,000. And therefore, and the AC has already been provided. So your EV turns out to be $855,000. Now with BC, EV, and the AC, you are ready. That's all the stuff that you need. That's all the values that you require to create the TCPI. So let's use it. The formula for TCPI is BAC minus EV divided by BAC minus AC, substituting the values. BAC, is 1,500,000. So 1,500,000 minus EV. EV we just calculated is $855,000, right? So that's what it is. And BAC and this BAC, the AC is 950,000. So once you calculate, you will find that the required rate of spending money, which is TCPI, the required efficiency at which you need to spend the money to be able to finish the project in the given BAC or the given budget is 1.17. And you already have the constraint that you cannot go beyond 1.5, and therefore your current efficiency of spending money is way low than what is required, which is 1.17. And if that happens, in fact, that is what is going to happen, the project is likely to exceed its budget because you cannot come to the required efficiency of spending the money. Therefore, you will exceed your budget, and therefore that's the answer. All right, let's move on to question number 159.
If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe and enjoy the benefits of PMP Dash, and why not spread the word around? Thank you for watching, and I want to wish you the very best on your PMP journey. I hope you ace it.